welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week of January the 10th to January the 16th. Okay, so we're going to get started here for Cancer by selecting an oracle card for the final guidance for the reading. This is the Isis Oracle deck. I'm actually going to reshuffle and cut. This is the Isis Oracle deck. It's a newer deck for me. And so I will interpret that card for you at the end of the reading. Let's recut. There we go. That felt better. Okay, there we go. We'll keep that out there and we'll interpret that at the end of your reading. Cancer. Okay, let's jump into the tarot cards here and see what messages we have for Cancer as they make their way through their week, January 10 to the 16th, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, Six of Cups right away. So something from the past, something emotional from the past has got you thinking. Got you thinking big time here. It's got you juggling things. In fact, Two of Pentacles. Cancer, something from the past is calling out to you and making you consider things again, perhaps. But, you know, it's interesting. There's that Six of Swords, Six of Cups, Six of Swords. You know, it's, sorry, hang on, all these cards flying around. It's almost as if you need to get emotional and mental distance from something in the past, but you're of two minds. Can I just show you how perfectly that laid out that is? You're juggling the past and moving on from the past. Past emotions, past thoughts. Really interesting so far. Let's keep going with your first row here to see what's on the bottom of the deck. Five of Cups. I'm taking it. Something from the past that hurt your heart. Some loss, an emotional loss from the past is coming up, and you're trying to decide, should I move on or should I go back? Or should I keep investing myself in this, or should I move on? And we've got the Knight of Cups on your second row with Temperance and the Three of Cups in reverse. So this is interesting. You might not be balancing things out so much in your heart and mind. You might need to balance things out a little bit more here in order to get at what will be truly fulfilling with that Nine of Cups. Three of Cups in reverse always makes me think that you might have to look around at who you're sort of like emotionally invested in terms of your friend group or the people that you confide in most, because there could be something that's out of balance there. That Knight of Cups is definitely bringing in a new emotional presence for you, though. So that's good. It's almost like you need that, because with that Six of Cups and Five of Cups, you need a fresh burst of emotional energy here with that Knight of Cups bringing it in for you. And it's almost like there's too many cooks in the kitchen. You know, you got to clear out some of these the people in your life that you're talking to about what's going on. It's almost like there's too many cooks in the kitchen is the expression I keep getting. Like the external noise coming at you from the outside world, it's validating you, but at the same time it's throwing you into a place where you're not sure where you feel on the inner self. You know, how are you feeling about what's going on? It's interesting. It's almost like the external world is giving you messages of recognition and acknowledgement, but you're sort of sitting in it going, I don't know, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel like the big sunny day it should, right? Sun in reverse, which is slightly muted from Sun in upright. And that Five of Wands in reverse, and we've got the Empress in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So makes me think that for Cancer, there could be something that from the past that you're sort of in your own mind, sort of trying to decide if it's time to move on from it. And it's almost as if as you do that, I feel like maybe you're speaking about it with someone, maybe some friends, you know, you could be talking about it with people that are really close to you and discovering maybe that that's not serving you, because perhaps the advice you're getting is I don't know, it's just not, it's a little bittersweet. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like they're encouraging you to be nostalgic, right? And that's not actually serving you, which is interesting. Sometimes the Three of Cups also makes me think, especially seeing it with Temperance in reverse, that you're not balancing out things, or not in moderation right now. You know what I mean? Like, things are not in balance. Things are not in moderation. You could be overindulging in sort of this idea of empty pleasures. You could be overindulging in sort of things that are excessive, right? Like, it's almost like a time of excess, when really there's stuff that needs your attention. And I feel like you could be distracting yourself from that stuff. And that it's almost like you're trying to escape something here, Cancer. And it's interesting. It's like you're trying to escape something here, and it's not serving you to not pay attention to what's going on around you. Seeing Temperance in reverse always sort of makes me think that we're not being mindful. We're not being mindful of what's going on around us, and we're out of balance as a result. These two cards next to each other, the Three of Cups and Temperance in reverse, really makes me think that you're not moderating things. You're doing things in excess, and as a result, it's creating stress. It's not creating balance. It's actually creating problems for you. That's what's out of hand here. You know what I mean? Like, and it's interesting because it could be some discussions you're having. It could be some conversations you're having. It could be memories that you keep replaying in your mind. And it's like, it's not serving you towards emotional fulfillment. The emotional fulfillment is not being supported here. And so you're really being guided to approach things with more balance and more nurturing. You almost need to nurture yourself. And maybe that's why we're seeing the Empress in reverse, is because you need this. You need to nurture yourself instead of sort of overindulging in excess, and overindulging maybe with non-like-minded people, like people that are driving you away from, like, it's almost like your egos are opposing each other. Your ideals, your egos, this is not the dynamic for you. Judgment is what you get for the Six of Cups. So that situation, I feel, ended when I see the Judgment card, and I feel like you're sort of waiting for it to feel fair, or you're waiting to hear from someone on it. And it's got you juggling things. Although your intuition, I think your High Priestess in reverse here, you're denying it. You're trying to hang on to too many things with that Two of Pentacles. You're being guided to let this go. And I feel like instead of letting it go, you sort of you've adopted this emotional transformation as you let it go. Maybe it's not instead of, but in addition to. But it's interesting, that Five of Cups, it's almost like, do you feel like you missed out on an opportunity? Yeah, you're overthinking the loss. And the transformation will come from getting distance from it. There you go. That's the clarity we needed here. This Page of Cups on the Five of Swords is sort of guiding you towards transformation by getting distance from it. By getting distance from this situation, you will transform emotionally. As opposed to by overthinking it, you stay in the space of the loss, right? You stay in that headspace. You stay in that emotional space. So yeah, the King of Cups, or the Knight of Cups, is coming in here to help you resolve this. There was something that really affected you. It was hurtful. It was something that you took very personally. You took it to heart. And it's almost like that Knight of Cups is here to help heal that by presenting you with a new emotional offer, right? And I feel like it's going to be very fulfilling. But the only thing in your way here is this lack of moderation, this excess, this non-mindfulness that you're in. Yeah, like you're needing to make a conscious choice. Okay, we see the Three of Swords and then the Two of Swords. You're needing to make a conscious choice as to whether or not you're going to let this go and move into the present, or if you're going to hang on to it. Knight of Swords in reverse on the Three of Cups in reverse, which that, I mean, to me, that says that this isn't going to move. It's not meant for you. So you're almost being guided to make a conscious choice towards this Nine of Cups. And there's the Knight of Cups again, the Nine of Cups with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups started this row, and it ends this row. And so I feel like that says you need something new. Instead of sort of focusing on something that is not moving. It's not. That Knight of Swords in reverse is not moving. It's stuck. It's stuck. You need to unstuck yourself, right? 10 of Pentacles on that 6. This is interesting, because that Six of Wands is saying to me that you're receiving a lot of recognition from the external world. There's people watching. There's people who are on your team here, and it's creating security for you. But the interesting thing is, I don't know. I feel like an over-reliance on the external world is not going to serve you. But we see an Ace of Cups on the Hanged Man. And then there's that, as I was saying that, there's that Six of Wands in reverse on the Five of Wands in reverse. And so I can't help but think, although you might feel like the external world gives you stability, I think you're going to find that all the external world does sometimes is create more conflict. Because there's so many different perspectives out there. If you're only going to pursue a perspective because the external world validates it, then, that's interesting. You might need to look at that. There's the Moon in reverse, Cancer, on the Sun in reverse. Wow. Isn't that interesting to see the Sun and Moon, the masculine and the feminine, both in reverse and both clarifying each other? Which, to me, whenever I see the Moon in reverse, I feel like that means you're going to be let in on something that was hidden from you. And it's going to change the dynamic. And you've also got the High Priestess in reverse, which says to me that you're not necessarily paying attention to anything that you can't see or feel or touch, right? And it might be time to do that. It might be time to start really paying attention to the unseen forces that are impacting here, as opposed to the external world, which is visible, right? Like you can see the external world's impact. Whereas there's energy here moving around you that I think you can't see. And I feel like it's got, there's a mystery here to be revealed to you. We see the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there is some movement happening, some inner movement here that's necessary, actually. Like there's something here from the unseen world that is influencing you. And it's almost like you're blocking it. Right? Like you're blocking it. And as a result, that is blocking your ability to sort of see the fulfilling future ahead. Same with that Nine of Cups. Like it's almost like you're denying it. I feel like whatever it is that you're overthinking from the past, it's not serving you. But there could be something here that is happening and you don't see it because, again, you're busy in excess instead of being mindful. I feel like you need to pay attention to what's going on the inner realm here with this High Priestess in reverse and the Moon in reverse. There could be signs and signals that you're getting from the inner world, but you're too busy looking at the external world, maybe. This is interesting. Oh, High Priestess is your oracle message. Wow. Yeah, the mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. You're really being guided to pay attention to the inner world. The inner world here. Through your intuition, through your divine connection. This is really that kind of moment here. So the message for this card is that beloved Isis gazes upon you now, and behind her vast eyes, mysteries are unveiled. Exactly. A new clarity around your direction is unfolding. Be willing to wait for the full reveal, but also recognize what is happening at this time. Exactly. The distractions must end. You are too distracted by thoughts and feelings and conversations that you're having. This is a call to go within. This is an exciting moment in your unfoldment. Have reverence and an open heart and mind, and wait patiently for the grand revelation that's on its way. You will be gaining valuable insight into where you are being led and for what purpose. And again, that's the moon in reverse. That's the high priestess in reverse. You are being led, but you need to go within. This distraction that's coming to you from the outer world, the external validation seeking, that's not going to serve you here. Yeah, this oracle is an indication that if something completely unfathomable, bizarre, or strange is happening right now, provided that you feel love in your heart, trust it. It is in the hands of the divine guiding you, and you just don't know enough of what's happening in the bigger picture. Exactly. It's almost like your focus is too narrow on some things that are not actually relevant, but that's where you're focusing instead of looking at the bigger picture, because it doesn't make sense yet. But it will in time, and much sooner than you may realize. This is so interesting. Yeah, you've got to go within. Yeah, this is a really interesting time for you, Cancer. You're really being guided to surrender right now and trust in the higher wisdom. Instead of looking around at the external world in a way to give you a sign, it's almost like you're being encouraged to find the sign within, because you're distracted right now. Wow, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Cancer. If this has resonated and you would like a personal reading, my email is in the description below, along with a list of the readings that I currently offer. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching, and we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light, my friends. Have a great week.